Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wayne Gaming, and Sophie on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Machina Lutris. Before we jump into it, y'all just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now out our Patreon is now up, and y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. And y'all, we're doing movie night on October 5th. That's Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Central Time. I'm gonna be streaming VHS from my favorite horror movies. So yeah, if y'all want to jump in, it's as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. All right, let's do it. Alrighty. Please be safe out there, and be sure to call the moment you get back. Her voice cracked. You could hear the lump balled up in her throat. She gave me one last look. Her mouth smiled as if to comfort me, but her eyes betrayed deep sadness. I love you, Judah, more than anything in the world. She stared at me so intensely, as if begging me not to go. I would give to just spend here, talking to her about mundane shit forever. I bid my farewell. It might be the last word she hears from me. Love you too. Tonight, 1900, same chat room. I'll be sure to call you there if I get back. The monorail will depart momentarily. Current destination, Hangar 03. I wedged myself into the back of the car by the window, and after a few more passengers boarded, the doors shut. The monorail will now be departing. The tram lurched, wheels turned on railing, and the car began to accelerate. I rested my head on the frame of the window and stared at the tunnel walls. As the tram continued, a light from the far end of the tunnel grew in intensity. Arter's air burned its way into my nostrils as the tram exited. It was offensive, like a mix of gasoline and burning rubber, stinging the eyes and nose with a relentless irritation you never grew completely used to. I peered downwards and spotted a wispy cloud hovering above the industrial district. The strike? The tear gas cloud seemed much larger than the previous week. Or was another accident at the chemical engineering plant? Hard to tell. Though I could have sworn there were flashes of light accompanied by faint popping of a semi-automatic. It was easy enough to tune out, so I leaned my head against the glass and shut my eyes. I rested my tail on the floor and assumed a comfortable position, about as comfortable as you could get with this kind of seating. God, I want to curl up in my shitty cot and sleep the week away. Maybe a minute of shut-eye or so. Excuse me, aren't you? Before my eyes could even open halfway, a shooting pain jolted down my tail. Motherfucker! I yelled, nearly jumped out of my seat. Pangs of agony pulsed from its tip, and I cradled it closely. I swear if he cracked a bone. Standing up, I prepared a verbal beatdown on the twat. Oh. You blind? Watch your damn paws, jackass! Only now I noticed how many people were staring at us. My pain turned to mortification, and I withdrew back into my seat. Whoa! Hey, sorry about that. It was a canine, some yellow dog, a golden retriever. No, his ears are too pointed. The dog shuffled a bit as if trying to find the words to say. What? What do you want? The dog's ears flicked. Sorry, mate. I just wanted to ask something. Your jumpsuit says Garland on the back, yeah? Garland? Yes. Oh, well, ain't that convenient. The dog turned around to show the back of his jumpsuit. Of course, the word Garland plastered right across it. Heard we'd be getting a sea otter. Don't think I've seen too many up here in Arter. Y'all are the fluffiest guys around. You are a sea otter, yeah? Huh. Oh, well, I'll take that as a yes. I sat back down, clutching the throbbing pain at the end of my tail. To my horror, the dog wedged himself beside me, tail haphazardly thrown onto my lap. Well, nice to meet you. Sorry about that whole thing before. The name's Gilligan Donato. I brushed his tail off to the side. All right. And you are? He kept staring at me expectantly. The seconds drew before I finally conceded. Judah. Well, looks like you and me are going to be partners, Judah. The mono should be arriving soon, so maybe I can show you around, meet the rest of the guys. This guy stepped on my tail and now wants to serve as my tour guide? Listen, I'm not in the mood for something like this now, so I can find my own way around, all right? Gil let out a faint whimper. Are you sure? I mean, it's a pretty big complex. Yes, I'm certain. Leave me alone. Gil whimpered and shrunk back. Sorry, well, guess I'll see you there. He got up and shuffled away, looking quite upset. That's not my problem. I got up way too early for this. I sighed and rested my head back against the glass. At least I can get some more rest before... The monorail will arrive momentarily. Please prepare to depart immediately. After getting off the tram, I hitched a ride on one of the hangar's transit cars. Second, no. One more time. Alright. Miles upon miles, racing through the hangar's long stretch of track built into the earth. We stopped at Quadrant 3 at the 15th docking bay. It took me a little more than 9 minutes to arrive. It was an open space etched into the side of a runway where the ferals were docked. I wandered around a bit, unsure of where to linger. Technicians were busy tending to the ferals held dormant in their shackles. In the middle, several large armored transport vehicles were being loaded up with what looked to be mountains of supplies. Water, food, energy batteries, enough to last a large family for a lifetime. I turned to spot a small table resting at the far corner of the hangar where it appeared a few pilots were waiting. No other option, I guess. I swallowed a lump in my throat before approaching. Around 3 others were sitting at the table. One of them was the dog from earlier, whose ears perked as I entered. We exchanged an awkward glance before I turned to face the other 2. Oh! The closest to me was a portly sea lion leaning casually in his chair. He cast a sideward glance to me and flashed a warm smile. And at the end, tucked in the back, was a slight rat donning a pair of thick lenses. He was too busy nibbling at his claws to even look up as I entered. 3, and I make 4. I think we're missing the captain. Before I could take a few steps in, the sea lion stood from his seat and approached. Morning! I take it you're our last member. He extended an arm forward. Hugo Wagner's the name. Pleasure to meet you. I simply stared at his outstretched flipper. Not too keen on contact, huh? I can respect. Can I get a name at least? Judah. Well, make yourself at home, Judah. Please, have a seat. He spun a chair around and motioned me toward it. I'm okay. The sea lion shrugged. Suit yourself, chum. Where's the cat? I think he's talking with the AT crew about stuff. I'm sure he'll be back soon. Fuck me, can't wait to get this over with. You scared? Be stupid not to, man. Need a drink to help with the nerves? Not sure I need caffeine in me at this time. Hugo took a swig and coughed. Would kill for a bit of liquid courage right about now. You drink still? Not anymore, friend. Would that I could. But who knows? Maybe I can sneak a quick sip between deployment every now and then. You asking to get your ass booted? Not at this point, though. I'd prefer to die with something numbing in my system. Rather not be too sobered up in case something, gets me. The sea lion smirked as he made a crunching noise. Well, if you're off your rocker, something is gonna kill you. Hey, at least it'd be relatively painless. Dying a drunken bastard? That how you want to go? I mean, how does anyone want to go? With some flair, man. Make it a spectacle, at least. Or at least something instantaneous so I can get it over with. How about you? I prefer when I'm older. Much older. And one of those inner city residential units over in the Ovation. You know, those damn fine luxury houses. Yes, there's my gold flake blanket on a bed the size of an AT. Passing into the next life after one final sip of some premium top-shelf liquor. A vodka, preferably. Kill scoffed. I meant how you'd prefer dying out there, smartass. Hey, you said how I'd prefer it. Suppose it's all just a fantasy anyhow. And you, Judah, how would you prefer to shuffle off this mortal coil? What does it matter? I mean, what the hell kind of question is that? Hey, just trying to make conversation. About how I'm going to kick the fucking bucket? How we're all going to kick the bucket? Maybe I'd rather not think about being torn apart by one of those fucking things right now before being shipped out to that godforsaken wasteland, you twat. You don't be a little hissy fit, chum? Guys, for goodness sake, I'm just trying to break the ice. Hey, why don't we just... Listen to me, you mother... Stop! The rat had finally spoken up and he was out of his seat. Yeah, the main character seems like a little bit of an asshole, but, I mean, he doesn't want to be... I mean, who the fuck would want to be there? Who the fuck would want to be possibly getting torn apart by bio-organic beasts or whatever the hell they are? So I can understand why he doesn't want to, like, make nice with people. He just wants to go back to his life. The rat had finally spoken up and he was out of his seat. Stop discussing this! In a flash, he was back in his seat, staring intensely at the table's surface. Hard to make out what's behind those thick lenses. Was he upset or... Gil took to his side immediately and knelt beside the rat. Hey! The rat's ears perked up, but he didn't face Gil. You alright, man? The rat took a moment to respond and turned to face Gil. If you wouldn't mind, I'd rather not discuss this topic. His voice came out flat and cold. Even the way he looked at the dingo seemed unnatural, like he was forcing himself to. I apologize. Did that come out poorly? Oh, what do you mean? The rat sighed frustration and turned away, paws reaching towards his prominent incisors which chipped away at his front nails. Nothing, just forget it. The fuck's wrong with him? From... what? Oh. That looks like a little error right there. Gil lowered his voice to a soothing murmur. Well, sorry if the whole talk was making you upset, man. Need some water? I can get you a cup. The rat shook his head. You sure, man? It helps me when I get, antsy. No, I'm fine, he said in a surprisingly sharp manner. Please respect that some people are nervous at the moment. Would rather not dwell on. His voice lowered near the end there. The words were on his tongue, but he was too scared to let them free. Gotcha. Hey, I don't believe I got your name, though. The rat was quiet for a moment before speaking up. I'm, Felix. Well, it's nice to meet you, Felix. Yeah. Can you, Oh, yeah, what is it? Can you go away? I mean... Felix bit his lower lip. I need some time by myself. Can you please, Alrighty then, mate. Just wanted to check in with you. Felix mumbled something to himself, which I suppose was some form of or aha. Silence fell again. Hugo and Gil seemed to pick back up on the conversation, while Felix and I simply dwelled on the sidelines. Honestly, just lingering around is making me feel awkward. A group of 4 strangers with nothing to talk about, nothing to relate to, just meaningless quips or introductions. Conversations that'll go forgotten or cut short when the time comes. Nothing Gil or Hugo were saying interested me, so I turned to see what our squadron's ferals looked like. Never did get a great look at them, now that I'm thinking about it. 5 of them, each a separate color. To start, the bulky armor-plated type seemed to be pinned in a big cat. Pinniped. What's a pinniped? I think I've heard of that. Fucking behemoth war machines they were. 25, no, 30 meters I believe is the standard. Can't even remember the weight, but I heard these things flatten AT units on accident all the time. Oh, shit. Okay, those are... I just noticed that those are... Oh. Okay, Pacific Rim sized. Alright. I thought these were like suits of armor that were like in booths. No, these are giant fucking mechs. Holy shit. Can't remember the weight, but I heard that these things flatten AT units on accident all the time. Well, that and the unlucky bastard every now and then. Hell of a mess to clean up, too. I shook that macabre thought to investigate the tiny one off tucked in the corner. A diminutive 15-meter-tall blue rat, dexterous and nimble with a sharp eyepiece connected to its eye socket. Would have loved to pilot the sniper, furthest out from the rest of the carnage, though from what little I know of Felix, that might suit Four Eyes better. Finally, I arrived at the myrmidons, a yellow canine and a red otter. Speed, strength, and dexterity, the whole package kept them 20 meters of a war machine. Teeth like that, they could chew up raw steel and knock out a tank. Just in time before it started getting boring, there were a set of loud footsteps. Hugo and Gil hushed their talk and turned to face the newcomer. A massive tiger marched in, barrels for arms that looked as though he could crush my skull to powder. He stared at the table where Hugo's thermos lay, and a grimace spread across his face. Big no, water time. Oh, we're done with this water, so... Next water! Oh, yeah. Alright. He stared at the table where Hugo's thermos lay, and a grimace spread across his face. Take that damn thing off the table at once and clean it. This is no place to litter your possessions about. Immediately, Hugo set to work wiping the table as the tiger maneuvered his way to the front of the room. Have a seat, soldiers. This should only take a minute. I took the table immediately, finding a seat on the far end as the tiger read over a few documents he held in a paw. He set the folders at the center of the table and stood straight before the table, his large frame casting a shadow that engulfed the whole crew. I am Shay Wang, and I have been assigned as the captain of Garland's squadron. It is a pleasure. I thought the captain was actually, female. Am I crazy, or did the beginning of the game actually refer to the captain as female? Yeah, it did. I remember that. His voice was trenched deep with bass, yet it was softened by an air of refinement. He scanned us with eyes, brilliant green in color like an emerald. I suppose introductions are in order. Oh, well, we already took care of Donato. Shay's voice turned to dangerous quiet. Gil whimpered at that moment as the hulking tiger turned to face him with a displeased look. Yes, sir. Please refrain from interrupting me. He stared Gil down, and the dog looked like he was about to shit himself. Sorry, sir. You're all well acquainted as is, yes? The others nodded. Shay sighed and groomed a tuft of fur on his cheek before continuing. Well, that is convenient. In any case, firstly, I wish to extend a welcome to all of you into the Crater Ardor Feral Forests. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Remember, y'all, movie night is on October 5th, Thursday. Don't miss it. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye!